I stand here at the crossroads, the moon high in the night sky. I stand in my three forms as maiden, mother, and crone, guiding the way with my hound. Are you ready to accept what is right now, or do you want to walk firmly in the direction of possibilities? Take a moment to breathe, to focus on your attention, and let us guide you and surrender with action taken. Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, really slowly we've been working through Supernatural Tarot by looking at the characters. And then I've sort of just been taking my time, not rushing through the deck. That's the thing, to really bond with the deck. It's not about rushing the journey. It's about getting to know it really slowly. So we've gone through, we've had a look at the major arcana, we've used it, we've connected with it. This is our tarot deck that we've worked through for the month, right? Okay, so we've really looked at the major arcana, really looked at the characters, the meanings, really sort of dived into our deck in so many ways. Okay, now it's time to start working on the minor arcana, and what we're going to do today is just look at the wand. Now I'm looking at each sort of card without going into remember, I'm not doing too much depth at the moment. I'm just looking at the cards. What does the book say? Just to get an idea a little bit about the cards. I'm not going to go into too much depth. We're just starting to look at the suit of bones. What does bones mean? What's it all about? So the bones is in this deck, okay, is wands. Okay, so we know that it's about wands. So let's have a look, see what it says about wands. So we know that the suits are bones, pentagram, blades, and goblets. Okay, so we've got that understanding. So let's have it. The suit of wands corresponds to the element of fire. Cards of this suit represents ideas, inspiration, passion, and ambition. So what inspires us? What brings us ambition, passion, ideas? For me, it also talks about creativity in some ways. It talks about a sense of desires, sexual energy, that passion, that intensity that one feels with fire. Okay, that's what it does for me. Now we've got page, knight, queen, and king, which talks about types, behavior, and patterns, and then you've got the remaining suits, ace to 10. Right, so let's have a look at the suit of bones. Okay, it actually starts with the king, so let's look at the king. The king being an innovative, so who is it? It's the word of God, like Metatron, crafting your own bright ideas. So it's talking, to me, this is the writer. This is God, right? This is, oh no, this is whether you're taking another word of God, like Metatron, or crafting your own. To me, this is the creator, the writer. Okay. Next, we have an ambitious Queen of Bones, an ambitious learner who wants Queen of Bones. Okay. Next one, we have the Knight of Bones, like Eileen Leahy. Okay. Faithful and fierce warrior and loyal friend. Okay, so that's Eileen Leahy. Okay, next we have Claire Novick as the Page of Bones. Enthusiastic and rebellious, excited to pursue life as a hunter. Okay. So Claire Novick. Okay, so next we have, go back to the aces. Sorry. Okay, so this represents the inspired path of new creative undertaking. So we've just got that bone with the fire, right? So it sparks. It's talking about sparking, being inspired. Next we have 2 bones, encourages to look into the future. So 2 bones can travel on with rhymes. So number 3 is Eve, the mother of all monsters, the powerful creatrix. She gave life to great alpha monsters, who in turn procreated and manifest entire species of their kind. So this is Eve in the series. Okay. Next we've just got 4 bones, which is celebration, so it doesn't really sort of tell you much. Okay, number 5 is Zechariah, tasked with convincing Dean to allow Michael to use him as a vessel in the great battle against Lucifer. He gets increasingly frustrated, desperate, and cruel as Dean continues to refuse. Zechariah's toxic, manipulative nature in the end justifies the means persistence. Personifies the 5 of bones tarot card. So this is Zechariah. Next we have Ash. Ash gains respect and admiration by putting his incredible intellect to good use in time, because he underestimated Leonard Skinyan Rhodey aesthetic. Oh, even though he underestimated, he still admired. He gained respect and admiration by putting his incredible. But this is Ash in the thing. Next we have 7 of bones, which doesn't really show much, and then 8 of bones. And then number 9, we have Archangel Raphael fiercely fights to become the new ruler of heaven after Michael's defeat. He's a traditionalist because he sees his position as his right. So this is Archangel Raphael in the series, of course. Next we have Castiel. So after helping the Winchesters prevent the apocalypse, Castiel finds himself in the precarious position of trying to secretly collaborate with both the brothers and Crowley while fighting a civil war in heaven. So full of doubt, he prays to God to tell him he's on the right path. So that's Castiel when he feels really heavy with his burdens and things. So that's what we're looking at the moment. So we're just going to go through and have a look at these cards again. Just want to go through and just have a little bit of a look-see here at the cards. I know the meanings of the cards. I know what they are. So we're just looking at the characters of the cards. Just going through and just having a look. And that's what I'm going to spend this month doing, or this week, whatever I feel like doing. It's really, there's no time limit. It's how I feel. So the King of Bones to me is that creative energy. He's an enterpriser. He's trying to manifest his own abilities. Queen of Bones is nurturing that energy in many ways. Nurturing the energy of creative passion. Knight of Bones is wanting to move ahead. Maybe she rushes into things. Maybe she needs to plan and strategize in some ways. She's rushing into things. She's got the passion, the creativity to move quickly. And so, she might be a little bit impulsive in some way. We have that Page of Bones. She could be a little bit selfish. She's got that passion, that drive, that want, that enthusiasm to dive into it. We've got Aces with new beginnings, that spark of creativity, of what inspires. We've got that sense of choices needing to be made, that sense of trying to find this balance, this duality. We've got the 3 of Bones is when that pause before moving ahead. The desires for goals, looking so focused on the goal, maybe not taking the time out to just take a minute. 4. Congratulations. Everything seems to be there is an achievement. Definitely an achievement, a contract, an agreement in some way coming through. 5. Some battles, some conflict, some manipulative energy coming through. 6s is victory and success, respect. 7. Standing up for one's own convictions. 8. moving quickly through aspects and things. 9, taking a moment to keep going and not give up. Feeling heavy and burdened, weighed down by what's going on. So these are my quick thoughts in what's card. Now I'm going to go through and have a look at these cards a bit more, do a few readings, have a little bit of a look-see, maybe do like a card a day and just go, okay, so what do I need to reflect on today? Okay, what card do we need to reflect on? Okay, we're going to have to look at the 9 of Bones. We're going to have to look at the book a little bit more. We want to read it. We want to really get into it. So 9 of Bones, again, we know it's Archangel Raphael. He fiercely fights to become the new ruler. So he's persevering. He definitely sort of keeps going. He's determined. He's determined to achieve his goal. He sees his position as his right. 9 of Bones advises you to defend and protect what's yours. Don't let others come between you and your goals. It's a little bit like the 7 of Bones to me. A little bit about it. Yeah, definitely feels like there's that. This is this. Don't let others come between you and your goals. It's time to get clear on your boundaries and stick to them. If it's reversed, 9 of Bones reversed suggests you feeling unsupported and heavily burdened with Michael and Lucifer trapped in the cage. It's left to Raphael to free them and get their apocalyptic plans back on track. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, reevaluate them to prioritize the ones that are truly most important to you. So what I'm going to do is leave this card out on my stand. I've got a stand here that different times at different decks depending on what I'm working with. And so what I'm going to do is just going to leave that out today and have a little bit of a thought about what this actually means to me. So that's what we're going to do, is just focus on the suit of Bones at the time. So that's all I'm going to work with this week. Forget about the major arcana for a moment. Forget about the other suits. We're just going to focus on learning and diving deeper into this suit only. So that's going to be a little interesting. So pull out your wands or your 9 of your bones if you're working with the supernatural tarot, and just you're looking at the fire element. You're looking at this deck and you're pulling out one card. What is that one card for you today? For me, it's 9 of Bones. So why do I need to defend and protect what's mine? Why do I need to focus on that? What's my boundaries and stick to them? What's my goals? Maybe it's me thinking about what goals, what do I want to achieve? And nothing's going to stop me from doing that, and getting these videos done and getting my YouTube videos done. Maybe my posts in regards to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Maybe getting some jobs actually done, and nothing's going to stop me from doing that. Maybe that's what it is for me today. It's about getting those jobs done that need doing. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded.